Hey all beautiful people, and welcome back to a new video. Since literally so many asked, nobody really asked, but I am gonna make this video about pros and cons by living in Malta. So let's dive right into it. We were just talking about like how many cars there is in Malta, like everywhere that you go.
I think I read somewhere that there is around 450,000 citizens in Malta and around 350,000 registered cars, which means that there is a lot of cars on this island.
Which is also probably why there's so much traffic and cars everywhere. And you will probably hear that from like everyone, that they don't really follow the rules here. Which probably works for Maltese people because they're used to this, but for a foreigner like me, trying to drive down here, it's very scary. That's one of the cons. You have to watch out for the traffic. They do stop for people that are gonna cross the street, so don't worry too much about that. Also, they drive on the, is it the left or the right side of the road?
The left.
They drive on the left side of the road like they do in like Australia or England and other places. So when you drive here, you have to be careful not hitting other cars because the streets are so narrow and really bumpy. But I think it's getting better with the bumpy streets. Yeah, it's getting better, guys, so don't worry. But yeah, it's kind of bumpy, a little bit scary traffic, narrow streets, but other than that, you should be fine. Okay, so another con is the public transport. So they do have a timetable, however, they rarely stick to it at all. But the good thing is it's very cheap to take the bus. So I think for 2 hours on the bus, it's cost in winter 150, and in the summer it's €2. So it's like literally like nothing. However, you can only pay with cash unless you have a bus card, which you can like refill for like €10 and so on. So if you have a bus card, you're fine. Otherwise, you need cash. But yeah, so they're never there like really on time, but very cheap. So that's like a pro con. But yeah, mostly a con. Okay, so the next con is the shops. They close super early, which I thought was weird because when I've traveled to like Spain or France or Greece, they're always open for like, I don't know, till 10. But in Malta, they close around 8 o'clock, which is good to know. And on Saturdays, sorry, they close at like 2. So yeah, they close super early, and they're also closed on Sundays, like the main shops. So just be aware of that. They close really early and they're closed on Sundays. So another thing is that it's an expensive country in some ways. For me, like coming from Norway, I thought it would be pretty cheap here because Norway is really expensive. But the food price and going out drinking and eating is kind of the same as in Norway. So from like a Scandinavian point of view, it's a little bit shocking because the prices are the same. So just keep that in mind. You don't come here to buy cheap food or going out and eat for cheap. That is expensive, I would say. So yeah, just keep that in mind. It's kind of expensive to go out and like do grocery shopping, but you can definitely make it cheaper. Some things are expensive or the same price as in Norway. Okay, so we have 2 more major con things on the list, and the one is construction work. So no matter where you go, you will definitely see a crane or somebody with a working hat, working boots and a vest. So yeah, it's good to know.
There's more there?
No, but it's fine, it's just good to know. And the last thing on the list is tourists, which is funny because, you know, we're not even Maltese, but we live here, so tourist is different. There's so many tourists here, so like I know it's good for the economy, so that's great. But coming here, I would probably plan maybe not go here when it's so many people because it gets really crowded all year round. So coming here like in May, no, we're in April. Coming here in April, like now, you can still go swimming, you can still go sunbathing, you can still do like a lot of things, go to Comino Island and Gozo. It's pretty beautiful all year round, so if you can, try to come when it's not that many tourists. Enough with the cons, let's step over to the pros, because they're always better to talk about pros. So one thing that is pretty cool, which I think a lot of my lovely followers would like to know, is that the alcohol, party life and festivals are crazy in Malta. The alcohol is pretty cheap compared to the food, So alcohol is cheap and the party life here are pretty crazy. They have something called Patchwell, which is like a little stripe where you can just like go to all these different clubs. It's not the biggest, but it's great. I think you guys would love it. And they also have festivals. It's a Catholic country, so they also celebrate a lot of things. So not only like party festivals, but they also have a lot of like traditions, which is amazing to get to see and experience, so recommend. Malta is also a great place to meet new people. This is an island where a lot of people come and go, usually because there's a lot of like work you can do here, especially in iGaming, which I do, and there you meet like heaps of young, old people, which are just craving to meet new people. So don't be afraid to come down here, because you will definitely meet someone you would love to meet and make friends that you will hopefully have forever. And of course, the lovely weather, which I guess everybody knows about Malta. It's such a beautiful weather here, like almost all year round. The winters here are not the best. It gets really, like, not cold, but it's very windy. And it's also important to know that the houses are not insulated, so the houses gets really cold. So definitely take like some warm clothes with you down, and definitely wear slippers inside your house. And that kind of actually in summertime, wear slippers. Like you need slippers because the floors are so cold. But anyways, the sunshine here, like the weather here is crazy with the sunshine. It's 300 almost 1,000. It's 300 sunshine days per year down here, so meaning like it's 65 when it's not. So amazing, just absolutely perfect. Since this is a little island, there's pretty much beaches everywhere, so no matter where you go, you will get to water and definitely a beach. However, some of the beaches are very rocky, but you will find like amazing beaches with just sand, so don't worry. And yeah, you'll find them everywhere, and you're free to go and swim from whatever beach you feel like doing.
This is a beach.
Yeah, this is... yeah, they're everywhere. You will love it. So an amazing pro is that Malta is also an English-speaking country. They speak Maltese, but they also speak English. So that's amazing for people traveling like overseas and they're like scared, like what if nobody understands me? First of all, they speak English, they will understand you. Second of all, it's so many people from everywhere, so the chances of you meeting someone from your country are super big. But yeah, they speak English, so don't worry about that. And they're pretty, like, they speak it so nice, so you will be fine. Also, the crime rate here is ridiculously low. I have not experienced any crime, and I don't think my friends either, but like it's super low. Pickpockets, it's not really a big thing down here, so of course be aware, but it's not an issue, so don't worry, like you will be safe here. The last thing I have on my list is transports, but not bus, it's go-to cars. They're super amazing. Customer service are great there. It's just an app that you download and you put in your driving license and who you are and blah blah. And then you can rent cars, go-to cars everywhere. It's also scooters. So we have the option of cars and scooters. It's like 28 cents per hour. No, sorry, per minute for a car, and then 16-ish, I think, for a scooter. 16 cents per minute. A super convenient way to like get around the island, because the island is not big, so it takes you like what, an hour from north to south. Okay, we'll give it 2 hours. So I would definitely recommend go-to cars, but as I mentioned previously, be careful for the traffic. But yeah, you should be fine. You should be fine. And then a little bonus for you guys. I have some tips. The food down here is not the best, and not to be rude or anything, but the food is not the greatest. So just so you know, don't come here for the food, come here for the country and the architecture, which is beautiful, by the way. It's trash everywhere on the streets, because here they have this thing that they put the trash outside their houses. So you will see trash, and since the streets are very narrow, you will bump into trash almost every day, but you will get used to it, it's fine. The water is so blue, you will absolutely fall in love. It's ridiculous how blue it is. They have something called Blue Lagoon, but you can find Blue Lagoon spots everywhere around Malta. It's so beautiful. They have fireworks every Sunday because they celebrate each church every day. And I think they have 365 churches in Malta. That's super cool. They also have a little island called Gozo and another even smaller island called Camino that you can go to with boats, and they're so beautiful, so pretty. It's like a little, I don't know, hidden diamond in Malta. So check those out. Anyways, I hope this helped and I hope you guys liked the video. That's Valletta, by the way.
Good architecture.
The architecture here is super nice. I'll actually give it 10 out of 10. I don't know much about architecture, but yeah, it's pretty.